I just want to show you this image again. We're in the John Carter Brown Library, the archives here of early American images. And it says that these are figure 192 and 93. It says these are Canadian and Honduran Indians. All right, so hold up. 192 and 193. You see the numbers right here? Let me go zoom in. 192 and 193. It says 192 right here in the left, Canadian and Honduran Indians. All right, so take a look. Canadian and Honduran Indians. What is the difference? Tell me. All right, in the top it says figure 190, 91, Iroquois Chief and Virginia Indians in the top. Iroquois Chief and Virginia Indians. Honduran and Canadian Indians. Let me just read the source. It says, this is from Gottlieb Tobias Wilhelm again, a German book, Unterhaltung über den Menschen. All right, 1819 is the source. Says image of Virginia Indians derived from Theodore Debris' America Part 1, Plate 6 and 7, and Gottlieb Tobias Wilhelm, 1758 to 1811, was a barbarian clergyman and naturalist in Augsburg. This book is an encyclopedic overview representing scientific knowledge of the time, including mankind delineation of natural history. Again, this ain't no, drawings, fake drawings. No, this is how they looked. This is why they depict them like that. Look. Canadian and Honduran. All right, so real quick, just want to show you what I found in this book. It's a Spanish book. It's called Historia del Descubrimiento y Conquista, History of the Discovery and Conquest of America. So it's written in German by the celebrated Campe and translated to Castellano, which is the old Spanish, by Don Francisco Fernandez Villabrille. So this was written in 1845. All right, and I found this inside the book. It's like one of the only images. There's like 2 or 3 images in this book, and this is one of them. So check it out. This is American Indian. And in the bottom, it says Jefe Indio, or Indian Chief. Indian Chief. At the bottom, it says Jefe Indio, or Indian Chief. All right, do you remember who you are? Amaru Khan. I want to show you this image. It's called the Cacique Cangapol of Huechin and his wife. See that? Do you remember who you are? It was the Amaru Khans. And this is from, it says it's a portrait of Native American man and woman. The source creator of this is Samuel Ho, Will Coakley. Source title, History of the Viceroyalty of Buenos Aires. That's in Argentina. Some American Indians from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Come on, look at that. Did you know that's what the Argentinians look like, the original? Take a look. Does this look familiar? And this is from 1807, all right? 1807. Again, the Cacique Cangapol of Huechin and his wife. Take a look at this image right here. It's a very incredible image. Hard to find. It says a family of Botocudos on a journey. All right, let me zoom in so you can see. All right, so I want you to see that, I got this book. As you can see where they got the image from. Go back, this is what, this is true. All right, again, a Native American man, woman, and 3 children ford a body of water. The man carries a bow and arrow or spears. Both the man and woman have sacks of belongings suspended by bands around their heads. Wooden plugs are inserted into man's and woman's lower lips and earlobes. Again, this is from Prince von Maximilian Wield, 1867, 1820s when he published the book. So it says the name Botocudos was given to this tribe by Weed and refers to the wooden plugs tribe members wore in their lower lip and earlobes. So that's not even their name. That's what he named them. In this book, it's called The Present State of Peru, comprising its geography, topography, natural history, mineralogy, commerce, blah, blah, blah. Its inhabitants, right? State of literature, philosophy, and the arts, and all that stuff. The whole drawn from original and authentic documents. All right, let me zoom in. From original and authentic documents, chiefly written and compiled in the Peruvian capital and embellished by 20 engravings of customs. This is written in 1805 and is written by Joseph Skinner. Look at this. These are real Incas. Look at how they're dressed. This is their costume, their royal costume, it says. See how they're depicted? Remember City of David, Cusco. What did we find there? City of David. What did we find there? Have you seen my City of David video? True American Indians, true Incas. And we continue in the same book. We're on page 150. Another image. of an American Indian woman. All right, it says female warrior of the Yuri Maya, Yuri Magua tribe, Yuri Magua, Mawa, Awa, Yuri Mawa, Yuri Magua. All right, you see that? You remember who you are? Look at that. Who are we looking at right here? Indian. What's he pointing at? And it says Indian warrior belonging to a barbarous tribe. They call you barbarous. You don't look barbarous to me at all. I got another image here from the John Carter Brown Library Archive of Early American Images. They have a copy here of this image. This is in Guatemala. It says Native Americans and European present offerings to a monk. Includes their offering of both animal skin, sugar canes, and a frog or toad whose blood is collected in a vessel. The background volcano erupts, and a llama carries a burden up a hill. Also includes a battle between a lion and a bear. A lion and a bear. A lion and a bear. In America, a lion says the mountain. We got 3 Indians here. From the creator, which is Thomas Gage, and the source is from the book English American His Travel by Sea and Land. So it's from Thomas Gage and His Travel by Sea and Land, a book he has. It's in German, but you can see how they drew the, and this was in Guatemala, all right? So you can see how he drew. So the description again says Thomas Gage, an English Dominican friar, reported that the Pokemon Maya. So this is Pokemon Maya. You see how dark they are? Pokemon Maya. See this? This is a Pokemon Maya. A Maya. You see how dark this person is, right? A Maya. Added poisonous toads to their fermented ritual drink called chiva to give it special potency. The skin glands of the cane toad, Bufo contains bufotenin and psychotropic drug. Alright, time period 1651 to 1700. Alright, so the source date of this picture is 1693. Alright, 1693, again by Thomas Gage. Now this is from the same book from Thomas Gage, and on page 264, again that's the book His Travels by Sea and Land, Thomas Gage. It says Native Americans thresh grain using horses, also includes sickle whip. So it says text discusses harvesting of wheat or triticum in Guatemala. Thomas Gage, an English Dominican friar, returned to England after several decades in Spanish America, became a Protestant and principal advisor to Oliver Cromwell. Alright, so this image is from 1700. So again, this is from his book. This is an Indian from Guatemala. See them? These are all Indians from Guatemala. All right. So it's called History of the Indian Tribes of North America, with biographical sketches and anecdotes of the principal chiefs, embellished with 100 portraits from the Indian Gallery in the War Department at Washington by Thomas L. McKinney, late of the Indian Department, Washington, in 2 volumes. So this is volume 1, and this is from 1872. So I start with this image right here of this American Indian woman. All right, let me get a little closer. As you can see, copper colored. And down here it says it's Tishusik and Ojibwe woman. An Ojibwe woman. It's an American Indian, full blood. All right, so I got this other image right here. So let's see who he is. This is Wake Chai, a Sauki chief. Sauki or Fox tribe, Sauki. It has this image right here. Copper colored tribes of America. This is a Seminole Indian. I think it's Billy Bowes. Yep, Billy Bowlegs, Seminole chief. Got another image right here. Take a look at this one. Very cool. Very detailed. This says Neo Mon Ni, an EOY chief as well. EOY. You see this? Alright, just want to show you this other picture right here. This other image and drawing. It's called The Habit of the Tapoyars. Alright, check it out. This is how they look. Back up a little bit. Alright, it's from this book right here. Alright, and I just want to read the description to you. It says Native American or Tapoyar man and woman of Brazil. The woman carries a basket on her back and holds a parrot. The man carries a war club and spears in the background. Alright, so the source of this is a collection of voyages and travels, some now first printed from original manuscripts. American Indians of Brazil. Alright, you see how they're depicted, right? Got jaguar marks all over them, tattoos. You see that? All right, so we're in this book now, 500 Nations. I've seen this cover before. Swarthy, copper-colored aboriginals. This is the true old world, many nations. Just want to bring you right to this image right here. You see this? What do you see here? These are Mayas. These are Mayas. This is a real Maya vase, spread out, right? But what do you see here, right? So-called Negroes, right? These ain't Africans. All right, we got this one as well, as you can see, Mayas as well. See, scenes like this on painted drinking vessels reveal much about Mayan customs and living arrangements. So you see the dreadlocks? Do you see the dreadlocks? Down here, you see more Mayas, see long dreadlocks coming down. You can see they have prisoners with dreadlocks as well. All right, so just a little bit zoomed in now, as you can see. These are Mayas. You see the jaguar skins. You see the prisoner, the dreadlocks. All right, take a look at this image now. All right, what you see here. But Yuchi people, you see how they are depicted. So you see how they are depicted, right? Dancing, having a festival, having a blast right here. Take a look at this image, very cool right here. Colorful, you can see who these people are, right? And these are some hustlers, right? These are like traders. They're just on these trading routes, seeing what they can trade. All right, so see how they're pimped out and decked out. You see all the clothes they got on. So I know this looks very blurry, but I'm going to show you that this is why I'm saying that. It says on the opposite side, so it says the lures of the fur trade uprooted many Indian peoples, creating a new class of hang-around-the-fort Indians who benefited from the presence of the Europeans. These colorfully dressed Ottawas, all right? Those were Ottawas. We're going to go back to them, all right? Veterans of the fur trade were painted at Fort Michilimackinac in Upper Michigan in the 18th century. So these are Ottawas. So they were benefiting from just chilling, hanging around, waiting on the Europeans to get some money out of them, hustle them whatever way, do some trade, do some business with them. All right, these are hustlers right here. You see how they're decked out? They got ill clothes, they got hats, top hats. They got, they're decked out. All right, these were hustlers. All right, so take a look at this image now. This is a Mohawk, American Indian, I believe, Mohawk American Indian. All right, so now this image right here is actually a painting that's in the Mexican presidential palace. All right, from the stories and life of Quetzalcoatl. And I just want to show you how they drew the, Mexica people. Look at these. And some more renditions right here. Diego Rivera is the painter. Again, this is in the Presidential Palace, Mexico City. Another image, depiction of the Mexica or Aztec. This is Tenochtitlan. You see, built on a lake, man-made islands, floating islands they call them. Very clean. As you can see, the people, how they're painted here. Look at this person right here. Got a light-skinned person right here. You see the difference? All right, more depictions of the Mexica. Look at all the pyramids in the background in Tenochtitlan. This middle of this lake. See, they took all this down. You see all the palaces and everything they had. It was magnificent, as it was described by Cortez. You see the people here, right? All right, we've seen these images before. John Ogilvy and Antonius Montanus. This is in the West Indies, I believe, near Cuba. When you go read that book, here they are again. All right, this image is also in this book, 500 Nations. All right, take a look. Pages of the Drake manuscript depict many aspects of Arawak life. So Arawaks, All right, so this is another image. This is from the book 500 Nations. We're still in. These are this is Tecumseh and his people right here. This in August 1810, Tecumseh and Governor William Henry Harrison of Indiana Territory met at Vincennes, Harrison's capital. All right, and this is like basically the back cover again of the book. All right, so this is again Tall Oak and Narragansett. Now I want to show you this other image right here. Just look at the people that are being depicted here. It says here, marriage customs of Native Americans of Brazil. One of the depictions. It's from a Dutch book written in 1643 by Peter de Neyn. And another image from the same book. See here another marriage depiction, the Amaru Khans. This is in 1681. And actually this one is text describes the marriage customs of the natives of Cuba. So we just saw the Brazil ones, and these are the natives of Cuba. Same book, just how they're drawn. All right, so now I got this other image up here from another book. You got drums, they're dancing. You see them, how they're getting down. As you can see, some people over here being entertained. As you can see, they're dancing. And so the description says this is Native Americans dance for two European men in robes. The source says, Now Keurish Barsemelig der Genetum. This is from 1524 to 1526. Source date 1707 when they published it. The text discusses the Illinois people who danced for explorers, Jacques Marquette, a Jesuit missionary, and Louis Joliet, a fur trader, who explored the Mississippi River in 1673. The image follows the special title page for On the King Van Enish. So just the history behind this. You see Illinois Indians, all right? Illinois Indians. All right, this is another map. It says fascinating map of the southeastern part of the United States based on largely upon Sampson's map of Florida from 1657. So who do you see here? These are Ta-Americans or the Americans. Tamari, Khans, priest kings, the Khans. All right, so I got this other book. It's called A Pictorial History of the United States with notices of other portions of America by the same person, by S.G. Goodrich. I guess he has different volumes, different versions of this. All right, so I just wanted to show you the right from the beginning and the cover. All right, it says frontispiece. It says, An American Indian contemplating the progress of civilization. All right, so you see who you were? They knew it all along. They have this in their books. All right, if you notice something about this image, it looks just like the symbol of Britain or Britannica, how she's sitting on like a wheel or something. So we're also going to read at the same time this book, which is basically the same one I just mentioned, but a different edition. It's maybe a new edition, it says here, with numerous improvements by 1860. All right, so it says the Pictorial History of the United States. Again, look at the cover. Check out the American Indians, as you can see. Dutch trading with the Indians. Dutch trading with the Indians. All right, do you remember who you are? Look how they're doing it, evangelizing your ancestor. All right, what do they bring? Gods of wood and stone. Speaking a foreign language, it says Catholic priests instructing the Indians. Catholic, teaching them about baby Jesus. All right, this is another image from the new edition. This is in South America. Look at the Indian. Look at the llamas, camels, come on, horses running around. I thought horses weren't over here. You see what they're showing you? Horses running around wildly. Scene of South America, all right? Look at these wild big birds, whatever they are. Crocodiles seen in South America, aboriginal, all right? Horses in the background. We got this image right here, almost at the end of the book. It says Indian massacres in Florida. So we've seen a lot of images in this book already, but this one wasn't in the other ones. All right, look at them. All right, look at that. Same ones they depict in the when they're selling slaves, right? They depict them the same way. That's how they draw them. All right, got another image. You see these people? It says 194 and 195. 194 and 195. You see the bottom? And it says those are Mexican Indians. These are Indians, aboriginals of Mexico. You see that? And then 196 in the bottom. What it says here, 196. I guess it's both of them, right? You see different kinds. There's dark skin and light skin. You see that? 196 is Carib Indians. All right, so we're in the John Carter Brown Library image collections. All right, just wanted to show you this image. A lot of you probably already know about it. So first of all, let me just read a little bit about the description here. It says, allegorical figure of America as a Native American woman. All right, they're going to say allegorical always. Seated on an alligator holding a cornucopia, plenty, right? Very fertile land. The parrot attended by 4 figures representing different Native American people. All right, representing 4 figures, right? Here's one of them. All right, there's 2 right here. You see them? All right, so-called Negro. All right, and then on the other side we got other ones. All right, you see that? So do you remember who you are? All right, and of course we got her on the alligator, right? Check it out. Who is this? Look at the feathers. You seen the slave ads when they were selling slaves, how they were dressed? Same thing. This is from 1701 to 1750. All right, America. All right, just real quick as well, this other book I found, I was only able to get like the cover of the images. So it says the Book of the Indians of North America, comprising details in the lives of about 500 chiefs and others, the most distinguished among them. Also a history of their wars, their manners and customs. Speaking of orators, from their first being known to Europeans to the present time. All right, so it says first peopling of America. All right, you see the image they got there. All right, check it out. The Book of the Indians. The American Indian. You see how they draw you back in these books by Samuel G. Drake, 1833. All right, so I want you to take a look at this image, very popular on the internet as well. You guys probably seen it. You can see his hair. He just scalped somebody. Check it out. It says an Indian warrior, Aboriginal. We had all types of hair, you see. All right, all kinds of depictions in all these different types of books. It says description, Native American holds a scalp and an axe or tomahawk. In the background, a Native American takes the scalp from a fallen soldier, while other soldiers are shot in a scene of warfare, includes bandolier, pistol, and muskets or guns. So you remember the days of war? So this is from 1789. Still in John Carter Brown Library, Archive of Early American Images. And as you can see here, it says a man and a woman of the Otigamis. Let me just zoom in. All right. I know you've probably seen these images on the internet. And when they're put in color, they're very dark skinned. And we find that image in this book travels through the interior parts of North America in the year 1766, 1767, 1768. I just wanted you to see here. They're talking about their complexion and all that. It says they are in general slight made, rather tall. It says their skin is of reddish or copper color. Reddish or copper colored tribes of America. So on page 228 of this book, you would find the image I just showed you. This is how it looks when it's colorized. On the same books, again, travels through the interior parts of North America. These are just images, and I just want you to see. You see what they really depicted as? American Indian. Go back to it. John Carter Libraries. You know, this is how it looks without the color, and this is what it looks with the color. Do you remember who you are? I got another image right here. Wanted to show you. They're drinking stuff and doing whatever it is, and they got their fire going back here. They looks like they're partying, right? So it says burial practices of the natives of Venezuela. Again, we're in the John Carter Brown Library, Archives of Early American Images. And just read the description here a little bit. The source was Gottlieb Tobias Wilhelm from the book Unterhalten über den Menschen. This is from 1819. It says that Yanomami, a Venezuelan Amazonian forest burned their dead and crushed the bones remaining in the funeral pyre into ash powder, which they then drink to internalize their ancestors' power. Wow. Gottlieb Tobias Wilhelm was a Bavarian clergyman and naturalist in Augsburg. This book is an encyclopedic overview representing scientific knowledge of the time, including mankind and its delineation of natural history. So they're letting you know straight up. All right, so now we continue with some more images. We're in this book. It's called Heroes and Hunters of the West, comprising sketches and adventures of Bone, Kenton, Brady, Logan, Wetzel, Fleehart, Hughes, Johnston. And this is from 1855. And I'll take a look at this image right here. All right, look at this person's Chikatomo. All right, Chikatomo. So this is another image here. All right, take a look at this. American Indian. See what they're drawing, right? It can't be any more clear than this. Indian in ambush. This is another image. It says an Indian chief, and I think this is an image from an Indian chief in New York. I think we have this in another book that I've shown before. Fringes all over the place. An Indian chief, all right? Yeah, take a look at this one right here. All right, it says it's a Sioux chief, Do you remember? All right, pay attention to this image now. As you can see, it says Captain held in council with the Potawatomis. All right, take a good look. Now look at see their darker complexion, but also look at their hair. Almost looks like braids coming down. All right, you see? All right, take a look at this image right here. All right, now look very closely. All right, what do you see here? What's going on here? Battle between mounted troops and the Indians. All right, so we're in this other book. It's called The History of the Conquest of Mexico by the Spaniards. This was originally written in Spanish by Antonio de Solis. I have the Spanish original, translated this English by Thomas Townsend. It's a very old book. So I just wanted to show you this image in this book I found. There you go. This is the Aztec Empire. I believe this is when Cortez arrived. This is the Aztec Empire. You see, these are the Mexica people. You see what they look like? Look at this. Now, I just wanted you to see the palaces, right? The monuments, the architecture that they had, their city, how it was built. The Spanish didn't come build this, it was already there. Right? So when they got there, you see in this metropolis, very clean streets, fine architecture, very populated. Just take a look at this image as well. See, the description is going to tell you that this is a portrait of Moctezuma II, the last emperor of the Mexica or Aztecs. He is shown with feather headdress, garments, and shield, and is holding a spear. All right, so again, Moctezuma. Back up so you can see lighter skinned people. You see how dark he is, right? This is from 1625. And this is from the book Historia General de los Hechos de los Castellanos by Herrera and Torcedillas, 1625, Antonio Herrera. So this is another one I have here. Says a pictorial history of America, embracing both the northern and southern portions. Check it out. Look at the American Indians right here. Look at that. This is by S.G. Goodrich, 1844. And this is the Temple of Ptolemaco. Temple of Ptolemaco. Take a look at this. All right, check it out. Look at the entrance with all these statues. And look at the so-called Indian greeting the Europeans. All right, Temple of Ptolemaco. You see the statues, 12. This here is Spaniards discovering tobacco. Check it out. Check out the American Indians. Go to this side over here. And it says Columbus communicating with natives of Cuba. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit here. So Columbus communicating with the natives of Cuba. Look at how the natives of Cuba look. This image right here. Check it out. All right, it says Hualpa discovering the mine. Look at that. This is in Peru. Another image here. Very interesting. It says the Fountain of Youth. Again, who had the Fountain of Youth? Your ancestors, all right? All right, there's another image. It says here, Indian princess in a barge. All right, check it out. All right, so we have another image here. Very interesting image. We've already talked about this person, John Eliot. All right, in the Hebrew Aboriginal series that I got. It says here, Eliot preaching to the Indians. All right, this is in Massachusetts. All right, let's close in. All right, so you see, this is Eliot preaching to the Indians. Remember, Eliot wrote the first Bible in America in the Algonquin language. And John Eliot said that the Indians were the lost tribes of Israel, very similar to the Hebrew, and that the Algonquin language had very, very strong affinities to the Hebrew. All right, this image right here, let me just zoom in. It says it's a portrait of King Philip. King Philip, they always show him a different way. King Philip. All right, take a look at this image right here, very carefully. All right, who is that right there with his braids and everything? Look at that. All right, do you remember who you are? Got another image here. It says kiss Ted Noakes with his lance and medicine bag. All right, it says natives of the West India Islands. West India Islands. Look at that. I got another image here. All right, I just want to show you, take a good look at this person right here. This drawing. All right, this is in Patagonia. This is in South Argentina or in South tip of South America, Patagonian. All right. All right, and then we have another one right here from the same region. This is a fusion. I have other books with another depiction more clearly, but very thick lips. They're described as dark skin in these other books. The fusion, right? The fusion. All right, there's again the tip of South America down the bottom. All right, so we're back in the John Carter Brown Library, Archive of Early American Images. And here we have basically some black Caribs, all right? Some black Caribs. Just going to read the description for you. It says, black Carib rulers or chiefs stand before British soldiers. A seated man extends his arm toward them, while another reads from a document. Another soldier stands nearby with a map, also includes guns or muskets. Thought to represent the climax of the First Carib War, when a treaty was made in 1773 between the British and the black Carib chiefs in St. Vincent. This is in St. Vincent between black Carib chiefs. So Dutch the hijack with black, we're just looking at Caribs of St. Vincent, Caribbean, possibly other parts of America. Right, so we're back at John Carter Brown Library. And right here, I just wanted to see this image right here. Take a look. And it says it's a Native American man wearing a headdress with feathers and feather leg ornaments stands before a dwelling. All right, this is from the Eberhard Werner Happel collection from 1647-1690. And the book is Thesaurus Excoticorum. All right, so it's from a book. As you can see, the text down here. And this is the image again from far away and close up. All right, we're still in the John Carter Library. John Carter Brown, Archive of Early American Images. And it says this is a group of Native Americans. They stand and kneel before King George I, actually George II, of England, who is seated on the throne, includes feathered headdresses and clothing, quiver of arrows, eagle feathers, and necklace. And this is from the book. I have it also, but I just wanted to show you this one because this one's a good image. It's from the World Displayed, or a curious collection of voyages and travels selected from the writers of all nations. That's in volume 5 from 1760. All right, Indian chiefs making speech to King George I. You see, copper colored. So it says that in 1734, James Otto Thorpe brought the Native Americans Tomochichi Miko, or king of the Jama Cross, Senakwi, his consort, Tonakowi, his nephew, Hilipili, Apakotski, Stimelechi, Sintuchi, Hinguti, and Umpichi and 5 other chiefs with their interpreter to the English court at Kennings. All right, so now I want to show you this image. All right, I've seen this on the internet a lot as well. The book is in German. I got the original too. Just much easier here on this website. It's already listed. So it says America number 14, Ban Florida. So the description says portrait of a Native American holding a feathered object wearing ornaments and a headdress. The source is New Erof Netes Amphitheatrum Warinen. This is from 1723. The image of the Florida Indian is derived from the title page of Theodore de Brie's America. And I want to show you this image now. Also have this book. It's a German book. You can see the American Indians. See over here. Look at that. See that holding the baby. And over here. This is actually in Guatemala. It says a monk holding a book stands before Native Americans who offer him riches in the forms of coins, rolls of tobacco, food, and jewels. Include soldiers, parasol, blow, feathered headdresses, and spears. This is from the 1700s. Pretty cool image I found here on the John Carter Brown Library, Archive of Early American Images. As you can see here, is an American Indian. Let me zoom out so y'all can see where he's at. All right, so this is Niagara Falls. This is a painting, a drawing of Niagara Falls. I want to just read the description to you. And then the description says, view of Niagara Falls with priest, monk, other European men, a Native American, wearing feathered headdress and a dog in foreground. So the time period of this is from 1751 to 1800. And the creator says Robert Hancock. This is from a perspective view of Niagara drawn by Hancock based upon Robert Sayer's view published in London circa 1751-1770, which in turn derived from the view of the falls first published in Louis Hennepin's novel Découverte Urège in 1697. Continue with the John Carter Brown Library, Archive of Early American Images, and right here we have an Indian. Zoom out. As you can see, they show this light-skinned person or European, and this is from an allegorical figure of America, supposedly as a woman in classical dress standing beside a plinth inscribed to the memory of George Washington. A Native American child with feathered headdress also stands beside the stone, a Native American child. In the background is Niagara Falls with Native American figures. You see them down here? Yeah.